Cheng Heguang is a Star Afflatus character that is in the follow-up attack archetype. His main role is to support a main DPS that can frequently do follow-up attacks by buffing their damage while he himself does a decent amount of damage. His primary gimmicks are boosting allies' follow-up attack damage, being able to remove his own cards from the spell dock, increasing the amount of action point, and decreasing the incantation draw limit in the spell dock. His insight makes him gain 1 stack of Trail of Steel per every of his actions, including his follow-up attacks. At 3 stacks of Trail of Steel, he provides Metallic Trace to all allies for 2 rounds, removes all stacks of Trail of Steel he has, and gains 1 Moxie afterwards. Metallic Traces boost critical damage by 15% and incantation might by 35% to all allies. Additionally, at the start of the battle, he immediately gains 2 Moxies. His ultimate also does not take up space in the spell dock. His first skill, Slicing Wind, is a 1-target attack that deals 200%, 300%, or 500% reality damage depending on the level of the incantation. Heguang also gains 1, 2, or 3 stacks of Feathered Blade depending on the level of the incantation. This boosts his damage including his ultimate depending on the amount of stacks. Feathered Blade makes his ultimate deals an additional 100% reality damage, which can stack up to 10 times. At 5 stacks of Feathered Blade, he gains damage bonus and ultimate penetration rate. At 10 stacks of Feathered Blade, his ultimate no longer consumes action point and will always land critical hits. His second skill, Just Pursuit, is a self-buff incantation that provides Heguang 1 or 2 stacks of Work as 1 for 2 or 3 rounds depending on the level of the incantation. Work as 1 is one of his primary gimmicks. It is a force field that boosts allies' follow-up attack damage by 25%, up to 2 stacks and time independently. Additionally, when the force field is active, Heguang will cast Piercing Strike, a 1-target follow-up attack that deals 300% reality damage and gives him 1 stack of Feathered Blade. He can cast Piercing Strike up to 3 times per round. This follow-up attack also synergizes with his insight, where 1 attack also grants 1 stack of Trail of Steel. His ultimate skill, Thus the Night is Calm, is a 1-target attack that deals 1000% reality damage, plus specific percentage amounts of reality damage depending on the amount of Feathered Blade stacks he has. He also gains 2 types of positive status, Lofty Ambitions and Continuous Action 1 for 2 rounds. Lofty Ambition decreases the incantation draw limit by 2, and all Heguang incantations will be changed to other allies' incantations even if the spell dock is refreshed via tuning. Additionally, when Lofty Ambitions is active, his Piercing Strike will deal additional 150% reality damage and gains incantation might by 10%, while also cast 1 Piercing Strike at the start of the round to a random enemy. On the other hand, Continuous Action 1 grants 1 extra action point. After Heguang finishes attacking with his ultimate, removes all stack of Feathered Blade he has, destroys all his remaining incantation in spell dock, gains 1 Moxie, and gains 2 stacks of Work as 1 force field for 2 rounds. His ultimate is also considered a follow-up attack. The recommended Psychube for Heguang is a Psychube that can support the main DPS of the team. For example, India Figures and Singleness of Heart can buff Incantation Might and critical damage respectively for all allies. One with the flow is also good, especially if you want Heguang to immediately use his ultimate on the second round. It also buffs the damage dealt of all 2 and 3 star incantations for 3 rounds after Heguang uses his ultimate, which pairs great with Liang, which we will be discussing later. Alternatively, if you want Heguang to deal more damage for some reasons, you can use All Honor is But Dust that boosts his follow-up attack damage and also provides Incantation Might for all allies for 3 rounds after Heguang uses his ultimate. To put it simply on how to use Heguang, we need to manage the incantations used so that his force field, whereas one is ideally always active. Heguang can activate this force field via his second skill and ultimate skill. Heguang also needs to use his ultimate every 2 or 3 rounds, as Lofty Ambitions only last for 2 rounds. Basically, his cycle is like what is shown on the screen. In the first and or second round, Heguang needs to use his incantations, especially his second skill, immediately at the start of the battle, so that his force field will be active. His first skill is not that good, but you can use it if you do not have enough stacks of Feathered Blade, as ideally speaking, you want Heguang to have 10 stacks of Feathered Blade before using his ultimate, so that he does not consume any action point when using ultimate. However, with his follow-up attacks when the force field is active, he can gain 10 stacks of Feathered Blade easily in 3 rounds. If you are using one with the Flow Psychube, you can gain ultimate in the second round by just using his second incantation as long as Heguang proc his Psychube and there are 2 additional attacks from other allies. If you are not using one with the Flow Psychube, you can still gain ultimate in the second round. However, you will need to sacrifice 1 action point to use his first incantation, which may be bad. For example, you cannot use Flutterpage action point plus 1 incantation anymore in the first round if you are playing Liang team, especially at P0, as Liang needs to use 2 incantation skills to cast ultimate in the next round. Having portraits or dupes of Heguang will make his cycle significantly smoother. At P1, the force field and other positive status granted by his ultimate will now last for 3 rounds. At P2, he will be able to use ultimate in the first round without needing to use one with the Flow Psychube anymore, which will let you use a better support Psychube instead. He can also cast 4 follow-up attacks per round instead of the usual 3, which will let him gain Feathered Blade stacks and Moxie faster. To make a team with Heguang, we need to use a main DPS character that deals many follow-up attacks, as his role is to buff their follow-up attack damage as much as possible. Any additional support character works alongside Heguang, which we will be discussing later. Lastly, all teams need a sustain character, and Heguang team is not an exception. Liang is the best main DPS pair with Heguang. To put it simply, Liang ultimate grants her a Rise Liang, which will be able to extend Heguang's force field and positive status via his incantation and or ultimate by 1 round if his cards are on the 3 leftmost positions of the spell door. This makes his cycle smoother, especially if you only have Heguang at P0. Other than Liang as a Star Afflatus main DPS, you can also use either Ezio or Winsong. They are also good main DPS that can deal many follow-up attacks. If you want to use Minora Afflatus main DPS, you can either use Calabona and Niangzi. If there are certain archetypes that you have and want to play, but you do not have the necessary best in slot character in the support slot, you can also slot in Heguang. For example, Dynamo team with Corvus or Lucy works as both of them are able to dish out follow-up attacks. Additionally, Blood Tithe team and Lingering Glow team are also good with Heguang, as Nautika and Burial respectively are also able to dish out follow-up attacks. For the additional support in the team, it should be clear that Flutterpage is the best in this position. Flutterpage is the queen of supporting follow-up attack archetypes. she provides a force field which can coexist together with other force fields including Heguang's that further boost allies' damage, especially follow-up attack damage, and guarantee all follow-up attacks land critical hits. Similarly to Heguang as well, her ultimate will remove her own incantations. Alternatively, you can use Getian or Lopera in the support slot for the array. Other force field characters are good too, like Mercuria and Cassandra. If your main DPS is Mineral Afflatus, using Pickles is also a good idea. The current best sustain in the game is none other than Marsha. She can provide shield passively every round when any allies get hit, buff allies critical damage, cleanse debuff inflicted to allies, provide control immunity to all allies, and gives Discipline Force buff to all allies, which grants critical rate, incantation might, and critical damage. Discipline Force also converts excess critical rate into critical damage. Alternatively, if you need someone who can provide shield passively but do not have Marsha, you can use Skipperina. However, if you do not need shield for survivability, Fatutu is an amazing alternative as she can further boost allies' follow-up attacks in addition to all other buffs provided by Heguang and other support. Villa and Medicine Pocket are also good replacements if you do not have any other sustained characters mentioned previously.
Please lend me your power. Here, take a primrose. Please lend me your power. I will remember the name.
You are in my jurisdiction.
Me. You won't get away. I will remember your name. There's strength in restraint. Peace and quiet. There's strength in restraint. Here, take a primrose. Be careful. My responsibility. Behind me. There's strength in restraint. It's out with you. You won't get away.
As seen from the battle, we can see that Liang paired battle with Heguang than with Lopera or Mercuria. The team with Heguang finished the battle in 6 rounds, while the others finished the battle in 7 rounds. While using Heguang is better, the actual highest damage difference from Liang is not actually that much. As seen from the previous battles, Liang Yue's Bane of All Evil deals the most damage in Heguang team, but it has no significant difference with others. Banished Evil theoretically should also deal the most damage with Heguang, especially if the battle lasts longer. However, due to the overall damage output much larger in the earlier round, the boss died quickly. Liang Yue can get more double color talents faster with Heguang due to Heguang decreasing the incantation limit of the spell dog, which also contributes to the boss being dead quicker.
Sir?
You are in my jurisdiction.
As seen from the battle, we can see that there are no noticeable differences between Pickles and Heguang when supporting a mineral main DPS. Do note that Niangzi deals more damage in this scenario due to Pickles being P2. A lot of people have compared Heguang with Flutterpage. Many arguments say that Flutterpage is better than Heguang in most cases, so Heguang is not needed. Therefore, it is also good to compare both of their performance through any archetype teams where the main DPS can do follow-up attacks. From the battle shown previously, we can see that our Blood Tide team using Flutterpage and Heguang ends the battle at the same round. However, we can see that Nautika and Semmelweis deals more total damage if we use Flutterpage as the support instead of Heguang. Arguably speaking, we can infer from the total damage that the buffs provided by Flutterpage are better than the buffs provided by Heguang. Heguang is a good support character for follow-up attack teams, especially if you are using Liang as the main DPS. Liang and Heguang are an amazing pairing as both synergize with each other really well due to their skill sets. Liang can extend Heguang force field and positive statuses, while Heguang can make Liang gain more double-colored talons faster, improving her damage output significantly. Regardless, Heguang is not mandatory in Liang team, as we have seen that using Lopera or Mercuria also work, albeit ending the battle with war rounds. However, outside of Liang team, if you cannot use both Heguang and Flutterpage in the same team, it is better to use Flutterpage instead of Heguang. In specific archetype teams where you are missing the best in slot for the support, Flutterpage provides better benefit for the team. I personally recommend not to pull him unless you really like him.
Field check complete. Move carefully.
I'll keep them occupied.
Please stay behind me. Xiangmiao.
Liberty echoes at your service.
The feathers will answer.
You won't get away.
The wind will lead the way.
强梁既出，王有不为。
Don't stop! Don't stop!
A sacred charge.
Alright, who's who and where's what?
Please stay behind me.
Group as an arrow.
Restraint is part of... Please lend me your power.
Here, take a primrose. How do you like that, huh?
There's strength in restraint. Peace and quiet. Awaken.
You are in my jurisdiction.
Please, stop this violence. My responsibility.
Anyone feeling cold? Like a lighter.
My responsibility.
Don't stop. Don't stop. What are you doing?
Let me handle the pain. Please stay behind me.
Liberty echoes at your service.
Please, restraint is part of the training. A sacred charge. You won't get away. Peace and quiet.
Don't stop. Don't stop. The wind will lead the way.
Unnecessary counterattack. My responsibility. Please stay behind me. What?
Oh, is this one for you?
Let me handle the pain.
Alright, who's who and where's what?
Be careful.
I will remember your name. Spring will come and the flowers will bloom again.
You won't get away. There's strength in restraint. My responsibility. Liang 既出，王有不为。Vor, zu beschützen und zu helfen. Let me handle the pain.
Group as an arrow.
Please lend me your power. Please stay behind me. Please lend me your power.
I will remember your name.
Peace and quiet.
You are in my jurisdiction.
You won't get away. Liang 既出，王者不为。
Restraint is part of the training.
All right, who's who? And please stay behind me, Liang. Please lend me your power.
Here, take a primrose. There's strength in restraint.
This one's come a long, long way.
At the ready. I have the rear.
It's newly made. Another jar. Liberty Outpost. At your service.
The feathers will answer.
There they are. You don't want to miss it. The wind will lead the way. This ain't your lecture.
There's strength in restraint.
Got you.
Swift as an arrow.
Hold on. Who's who? Liberty Outpost. At your service. It's newly. Another jar?
You are in my jurisdiction.
It's out with you.
Not right. No matter.
Oi! Here's a lesson for you.
Not right.
There they are. Let's get it over quick.
Not right.
Peace and quiet.
Got you.
No matter.
Let me handle.
Oh, is this one coming? Another jar? It's newly made this year.
A sacred charge.
Spring will come, and the flowers will bloom again.
Bagua drowned on the sign brick never warns about its changes.
Got you.
Swift as an arrow.
Ich schwor, zu beschützen und zu helfen.
Another jar? It's newly made this year. Another jar?
You are in my jurisdiction.
I will remember your name.
Got you. Let's get it over quick. There they are.
There are many routes to travel, but only one destination. Sensing their thoughts.
I'll keep them occupied.
Agreed. Taking a peek inside, the path will become clear.
Flying feathers.
Our victory comes in a tide of blood, though it may come pain.
You don't want to miss it. Got you.
Swift as an arrow.
I hope you like a splash of red. Sensing their thoughts.
Swift as an arrow.
I hope you like a splash of red. Taking a peek in.
Swift as an arrow.
Look, Yu Cheng. Let's see who's got the
Close
best.
your eyes. It will all be over soon.
It's wrong.
You are in my jurisdiction.
I dedicate this tune to the moonlit night.
Agreed. Sensing their thoughts. That was certainly a choice.
The day is gone. Time to
Enter the gate and see the light. Her blood was powerful. Face the truth.
What's wrong?
A little surprise.
Ouch! Birds fly high, roots grow deep. My dearest friends, come with me.
And shattered can now remain. I hope you like a splash of red. Sensing their thoughts. Taking a peek inside.
A day to the moon.
I hope you like a splash of red. That was certainly a choice. I hope you like a splash of red. Sensing their thoughts. That was certainly a choice. Taking a peek inside.
Look, Yu Cheng. Let's see who's got the
Close
best.
your eyes. It will all be over soon. Close your eyes. Our victory comes in a tide of blood, though it may come with pain.
Pichu, I'm on to our song!
Don't be fooled.
I have the wheel.
Sensing your thoughts.
The day is gone.
Enter the gate and see the light.
Straight when the time is right.
Birds fly high, roots whirl deep. My dearest friends, come with me.
One shatter can now remain. Sensing your thoughts. I hope you like
Swift as an arrow.
taking a peek inside.
A ditty to the moon.
Close your eyes. It will all be over soon.
You are in my jurisdiction.
The path will become clear.
How about a game of hide and seek?
I hope you like a splash of red. Sensing your thoughts. I hope you like a splash of... that was certainly a choice. Taking a peek inside. Sensing your thoughts. Enter the gate and see the light. Close your eyes. It will all be over soon. Our blood will burn. Face the truth. One shatter can now remain. I hope you like a splash of red. Sensing your thoughts.
I'll keep them occupied.
I hope you like a splash of red. Taking a peek inside. Sensing your thoughts.
Hello, Liang. Let's see who's got the best.
Feathers will answer.
Close your eyes. It will all be over soon. Close your eyes, though it may come with pain.
I dedicate this tune to the moonlit night. Not good.
Swift as an arrow.
peek and...
Swift as an arrow.
The day is gone. Time for us.
Sensing their thoughts. Agree. Enter the gate and see the light.
You are in my jurisdiction.
Birds fly high, fruit grow deep. My dearest friends, come with me.
Very well. One shatter can now remain. I hope you like a splash of red. Sensing their thoughts. Taking a peek inside.
A ditty to the moon. Blow the Lusheng. Let's see who's got the
Close
best.
your eyes. It will all be over soon. The path will become clear.